and welcome to Kerry's Cards. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a little tutorial on how to make, I think it's called a flip card. Not quite sure of the name, but I saw it on another Pinterest, I can't remember where, just a square one. And I thought, I wonder if I can do this with the birdhouse that comes with the Country Birdhouse set that's currently in the 24-25 catalogue for Stampin' Up. And look, you can. So I'm going to show you how to do that if you've never done one before. It's a partial cut with the dies, and we'll get crafting. So I'm going to use one piece of Pool Party, some off-cut pieces of, this is the beige to do the birdhouse, and then some pieces of DSP, which is again from the Country papers within the new catalogue. So let's get crafting. So I'll leave that one over there so we can see what's happening. So the first thing we need to do is cut our base card. I'm just using a standard base card that I always do, which is 5 3/4 in height. And then I turn it 90 degrees and score it at 4 inches, and then fold it in half, and then cut the extra bit off, which should be 4 inches again. That's our standard fold, but what we need to do this time is something slightly different because we've got almost like a zigzag card. So I want to go back and I'm going to actually score it at 2 inches here on this side. So you have a score line 2 inches, 4 inches, and then that's the 8 inch there. So 2, 4 and 8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over like that, and that causes our little zigzag. I'm then going to pop that to one side, and then I'm going to get the die, which is this house that's here, and you'll see that we've only cut part of this die out, not the whole part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the card that's there, and using a bit of sticky tape, so I've lined it up with the point there and about halfway through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, I'm going to get my two Stampin' Up die cutting plates and pop the card down on there, but I'm going to pull it back slightly because I only actually want this top one to go parallel, maybe just a little bit over the die. So we're only going to push this bit through the die machine, and then we'll stop when we get here and nothing else will cut. I'm just going to take this off camera a minute as I feed, actually no, let's bring it over, this is quite a big machine. Let's turn it around that way. And let's feed this through. And then hopefully that should have cut. Yeah. Let's take that off camera. And then when we pull this off, what you'll see is we've got a partial cut there now, because we've only cut half of the birdhouse. So when we fold it down flat, we've got this lovely little image, and that's our foldy bit. So then what we need to do to build up the rest is, I've already got some die cuts out here, but you would normally die cut your tree house or birdhouse, put one on one side and one on the other side, so it's a nice solid. So then when you flip it round, you've got the bird house on both sides. So let's do that with, let's leave that bit there so you can see what we did. Let's get our beige pieces and get my rubber mat because it's a polymer stamp. Told you on the block. Going to ink up the stamp pad. Let's do the other one. Oh, that hasn't done very well. Let's use the emergency side, shall we? Which is also known as the other side. Oh, I know why. Look, I stamped that without stamping it on there, didn't I? That'll teach me. There we go. Nice and firm. It's a bit better. I'm not too worried about the marks that are there. Then what we can do is colour these in. I'm going to use some blend pens, and I'm going to use light crumb cake and dark crumb cake. So I'm going to colour the base in first with the light crumb cake. Oh, actually, these are nearly out. Let's not do that one then. Let's just use the dark crumb cake. Let's use the other end. I think I could do some new blend pens. Now I'm using blend pens. You could use watercolours, it's up to you. Normally, here, I'd spend a little bit more time colouring in, but I'm just doing this for speed, so you can pause here at this point while you decorate yours. Now obviously I've used the birdhouse here, but you could use anything, any shape. Any die cut will work on this principle, because you just put half of it through on the fold that I showed you, and that would work. So you can have circles, squares and all sorts. Now I'm just going to quickly do this bit here. Because it's blend pens, they sort of blend in really quickly and easily, but I really do need to get myself some new blend pens. These are so well used. Okay. Yeah. Let's just do the top one. I did it in pink. Let's see if the pink will come through. So this is the new Pretty in Pink colour. I'm just going to do these here. Let's get the Pool Party blue. That's those ones done. I'm actually going to get another little bit of a brown. What colour have we got? Crumb cake. No, this one's pecan pie. Just to give a little bit more definition on the edges. And blend it in a little bit. Let's go back over here. And then I'm going to get the little wood effect stamp and get the pecan pie. And let's pop some wood grain effects on our birdhouse. There we are. And colour in our dark hidey hole for the birdie. And let's run this one through the machine with our, lay this up. Like so. Okay, so here we have our little birdhouse. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop some glue on the back. Use some quick tape. And because this is obviously the super sticky, you're not going to see where we stamped the image and it was slightly smudged on the back. And then we're going to line this up with the die cut shape. And that's our tree house on one side, our little birdhouse on one side. And then for speed, I'll just pop this one on the back there so it looks like the back of the house. So there's our little flip-flap house. Really quick and effective. And then I'm just going to use a bit of designer series paper. I've pre-cut these. Now you could put some slats down there if you wanted. I forgot, should have put that down before I put the house down. So remember to do that. Remember to put your paper down before. Maybe I'll get one slice down. And this is pre-cut at 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. Just move that out of the way. Okay. That one won't do. So I'm not going to put that one in there, but this one, if you wanted to put one in here, like I have on this side here, this is 1 3/4 by 5.5 inches. Now the other thing I've added on this card is one of the die cut stands, so that it's at the bottom. The alternative is on the die sets you have, so that's one we could add there. So we could pop that one there, or in the die sets it does come with a really cute, pre-cut this one, little bow. So you could, if you wanted to, pop that on there. But I think the stand works better on this one. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue on there, just to hang that on so it's in the middle. So if you look there, it's overhanging. And then cut the bottom bit off. And then what I've done then is just decorated it with some little birds, grey bird, and then also in the stamp set you've got some lovely little flowers that you can see there, and I've already pre-done some of those over here, so you can decorate your card with the flowers. Use some of the leaves if you wanted, or there's some little dies in the stamp set, in the die set, with lots of little flowers on. So you see these little flowers here. So these are what these ones look like. Okay, you've got lots of options with the die set. But I'm going to use some of the ones I've pre-done. And that's really quick and simple card that you can use. Now what I've done on this one is I've also added a punch, which is the heartfelt hexagon punch, and to make sure that it's hidden there when the card's folded, you want to sort of pop it on the back there a little bit to make sure that it's going to be hidden, or put it in, slide it in before you stick it down to make sure that it's hidden. So there you have a very quick and super effective way of using a die cut that's slightly different to normal, by only cutting half of it through on the when you do the fold on the fold line. So thanks for watching. Have fun, have a go yourself, try different shapes and see what it feels like. If you're a bit nervous to start with, then try a piece of scrap paper that you've not used before, and just so you can get the idea of where to cut it through. Thanks for listening, and hope you have a good day. Many thanks. Bye bye.